Welcome to Walt Disney Studios.
If you missed it, we spent the entire day yesterday exploring all the food, rides and everything else that the Disneyland park had to offer. If you did miss it, we'll link it up here. But today it's time to explore all that and more here at Walt Disney Studios. Wait for me! Good morning guys from Walt Disney Studios. We are here for our extra magic hours once again, an hour before the park opens, so 8:30. We have already conquered Crush's Coaster, which, oh my god, that is such a good ride. It is, I believe, unique here to Disneyland Paris and it was incredible. I won't say too much, but well worth the wait if you do have to wait for it. I'm sorry if the camera is shaking because we just got off the Tower of Terror and I'm still shaking. That was incredible. If you have watched our videos from 2019 when we were in Florida, Rosh and I actually did not go on Tower of Terror because we were too scared. And then when we went in 2022, we did go on it and conquered it and it became our favourite ride of the trip. So it took a little bit to work up to it again this trip, but we did it.
I couldn't complete the jump. And now we are in line to do Spiderman's Web Slingers, another ride in which Stace is likely gonna lose.
Wow.
What are you doing? Just stretching. Just warming up for the ride, you know. Sweet victory for me.
I don't know what to say.
It was actually a close one, but I did win. So when you can actually see where you're aiming, you're pretty good. When you get dodgy ones in bars.
Here we go. As you said, we're both gonna have Popeye arms now.
Yes.
Strong.
But now that we're in Avengers Campus, let's take a look around.
Guys, as a Marvel fan, I think Avengers Campus is so cool. We've got Friday up there on the building talking to us as though we are an Avenger ourselves. Now the other ride here at Avengers Campus is Avengers Flight Force. And we are about to go check it out. I think that it's a bit of a thrill ride we will not be able to film. Scared? And we survived just on the Flight Force ride. Stace, what did you think?
Never again. I don't know. I've loved Rock and Roller Coaster in Walt Disney World in the past, and if you don't know, this was Rock and Roller Coaster but rethemed. And I loved it up until our last trip when suddenly it made my brain move all over my skull and give me really bad headaches. This was the same, unfortunately. I really wanted to like it, but my brain hurts. It's really bad.
I thought the coaster itself was good. I think the theming inside the ride was pretty non-existent, if I'm honest. A little bit disappointed with that. However, in the queue, the theming was pretty good. I enjoyed that. Overall, though, a little bit disappointed, but if you come and you're okay with, you know, rough rides on the brain, I'd still recommend doing it. You've got to get there for Captain Marvel. She's underappreciated, guys. And guys, behind me is Pym's Kitchen, which is a restaurant, a buffet restaurant. Essentially, the theming is that they use Pym particles to make the food really, really small or really, really big. I hear they have a massive Oreo kind of cake in there, tiny little hamburgers. It sounds really cool, and if I had longer here, probably would have convinced this one to go, but that'll be there for next time. Now, we've actually been to Avengers Campus before at California Adventure in California last year. If you haven't seen that video, we'll put it up there. I think that was a really good video because we had a great time. Now here at Avengers Campus, occasionally there will be shows and characters out, but there's no specific time, so you kind of have to hang around waiting to see if you're lucky to see a show, and we were just pretty lucky. We just got to see the Dora Milaje show, which was really cool. They were spinning their spears and everything. Black Panther is an incredible movie, so that was well appreciated by both of us. And we also got to see Groot, which was awesome. We are little cry every time. In fact, we've been really lucky in the Avengers Campus because we've just seen Black Panther and Black Widow having a battle together, of course, up on the roof of Avengers Campus. So what a great time in Avengers Campus today.
Are you ready?
Guys, the theming in Avengers Campus is so cool. You really do feel like you could train to become a superhero. In fact, we already feel like things are changing, a bit more powerful. Let me show you what I mean. Alright, I think it's time for us to check out our next land, and I have the perfect way for us to get there.
Toy Story Land. There are a few different rides here in Toy Story Land, one being where the screams are coming from, which is RC Racer behind me. There's also a different version of Slinky Dog, not like the Slinky Dog in Hollywood Studios, a bit more of a tame ride. And there's also the big parachute drop. So it's cool to have a few unique rides here in the Toy Story Land, but theming, as always, is amazing. Completely on par with Disney World. You've got Andy's footprints on the ground that are human size, but to us look massive because we're now the toys. Pretty cool. Now we've come just next door to Toy Story Land, where there is this beautiful French themed land. The main attraction here is the Ratatouille ride. It's the original Ratatouille ride. I believe they originally put Ratatouille in here to bring more of France to Disneyland Paris, which obviously worked. This land is absolutely beautiful. There's some French treats going around. I saw some macaroons, some crepes, really good theming, and now we're going to jump on Ratatouille. And no surprises there, Ratatouille is an amazing ride, very creative, and even more creative, there is a Chef Remy restaurant kind of inside or kind of just at the end of the ride. So after being shrunk down into the size of a mouse, you can then be brought food cooked by Chef Remy himself. What more could you want? Okay guys, I've picked up something to eat. There is an awesome festival going on at Walt Disney Studios at the moment called the Rendez-Vous Gourmand, which is essentially a summer food festival. If you've been to Epcot, it's similar to the Food and Wine Festival. We filmed a video there last year, which we'll link up here, but essentially a lot of different booths with food from all around the world, which is really cool. We'll definitely be trying a few different bits and pieces today, but for now, a cheese pretzel. Nice and soft. Now, of course, this park is called Walt Disney Studios, so it is a production set themed kind of park, similar to Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World. When you look around, you can see lighting and set pieces, but given that it is a production set themed type park, there are plenty of shows that you can come and see. The entrance to the park is exactly what I'm talking about. It's like walking inside a studio lot with production lights, but also really cool theming as well, because it's got a bit of Hollywood Studios about it with the colours of the buildings and the lights, the neon lights. Now it's almost impossible for Stace and I to come to a Disney park and not buy any merchandise. More so Stace than me, if I do say so. She's currently on the hunt for a pin. I'll keep you updated on the process, but as you can see, we both purchased these awesome Spirit jerseys just before we went into the first park yesterday. Let us know in the comments what you think of these Spirit jerseys. Stace's mum brought us the essentials. Thanks, Kathy! Made a very quick detour back to Disneyland Paris to watch the parade one more time because it is that good. So good. And now I've just got off the Avengers ride again with Stace's mum, just as bumpy as the first time. Guys, if you're liking this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. It really helps our channel and it helps other people find these videos. And if you're enjoying them, maybe they will too. I hope so. Also, if you haven't already, subscribe, because me and Stace are traveling the world for a full 12 months, and on the down low, there's a fair bit of Disney to come and you don't want to miss it. So subscribe so you can see it all. Okay guys, we just watched the show Mickey and the Magician. We weren't allowed to film, didn't stop everyone, but we didn't. But it was incredible, it was really good. It had songs from multiple different Disney movies such as The Lion King, Frozen, Aladdin. lots of different ones. The premise was that Mickey wants to be a magician, and all these characters from the different movies were trying to help him find his magic. So we really enjoyed that. But now, before we finish off our day here at Walt Disney Studios, let's give you a bit of a tour of where we're staying, because it's pretty special. Hint, it's got a little bit to do with the Avengers Campus.
Now, if you guys watched our Disneyland Paris video, you might have guessed that we are staying at Hotel New York, which is a Marvel-themed hotel, only about a 5 to 10 minute walk to the parks. It is incredible. Now, in my opinion, this is the equal best hotel we have ever stayed in, equal with Alani in Hawaii, which, by the way, if you have not seen that video, we'll link it up here. This hotel is awesome. I think the best part of it is the art. There is art everywhere, different styles, and then of course all the different characters, even Miss Marvel, which is obviously a newer character. We've seen her. Love it. I love it. Now, each floor of the hotel has a different character theme, and we're on Captain Marvel's floor. Controversial, but we love it. We love that movie. We are so excited for the Marvels, which comes out in a few months, so make sure you go see it because the trailer looks awesome. And the door of the lift just closed and Stace abandoned me. Well.
For a joyride.
And while each floor is themed to a different character, inside the room you have different artworks that is not necessarily limited to your character. We have Spider-Man and Ant-Man and the Wasp. So cool. And there is plenty to do here at the hotel as well. We are now heading to the pool to check it out. I believe it is half indoor, half outdoor, Manhattan themed. Now, unfortunately, we are not going to have time to take a dip in this pool, which is a shame. Stace and I were just saying that is the benefit of when you go to Disney World. More often than not, you're going for a fair amount of time, and so you can utilize the
pools and the other facilities.
Whereas here, because we've only got the 2 nights, we're trying to get in as much park as we can, but it is still nice to come and look and see how cool the hotel is. But there's also a superhero station. There are plenty of restaurants, downtown restaurant and a Manhattan restaurant, as well as a Skyline bar, which I've heard rumors that you can occasionally see Spider-Man swinging through the buildings. What? Everybody be quiet. Spider-Man does whatever a Spider-Man can. Take it away. Yeah, go Stace. Okay. Now you might be thinking, surely Hotel New York is not budget friendly, and you guys are on a very strict budget. And you are 100% correct. We would not be able to afford this. But we're lucky because Stace's mum has been very generous. We met her in Paris and she has let us stay here. Thank you, Kathy. This has been a highlight of my life.
We're just here admiring all these portraits of all the different Marvel characters, but I love that Deadpool is the only one looking out of his portrait, and that's because Deadpool breaks the fourth wall, and that's what he's known for.
Oh, hello.
I think that's a nice, unique little touch.
Where's she at?
That's a good question, huh?
He doesn't mean that.
And like the music that we just heard themed to Spider-Man, there are so many other different tiny little details that you might pick up on. Like when you first arrive, you were not given a hotel information slip, you were given the Daily Bugle. So like a newspaper you would expect to see in Spider-Man, in the Spider-Man world. It is so cool. Take a drink every time I say cool. And the outside of Hotel New York looks even cooler at night. And to get back to the parks, it's just a quick walk through the Disney Village, which is a cool spot with lots of shops. You got Starbucks, you got a McDonald's, plenty of other food options too. It's a nice place.
Tonight we're going to try the chicken gyros from the Greece booth. Looks pretty good, probably not going to live up to the hype of what we did eat in Greece. We'll link one of those videos up here, but looks pretty good to me. Pretty good. Chicken's pretty tender. There's a lot of sauce. Probably not a good ratio of veggies to chicken. Not complaining with a lot of chicken, but it'd be nice to have a bit more lettuce and tomato.
And of course we had to stop off for some dessert. We went to the Belgium booth and picked up a Nutella waffle. Looks pretty good. That does not disappoint at all. That's a good waffle.
Okay, now in just a short little while to end our day here at Walt Disney Studios, it's it's time for us to settle in to watch the nighttime show Avengers Power the Night, which is another drone show over at the Tower of Terror here in Walt Disney Studios. It's meant to be incredible. I believe it's a limited time show and we could not be more excited to watch it.
The best way to become a hero is to learn from another hero.
Okay guys, we just finished watching the Avengers nighttime show, the drone show, and it was incredible. Almost think we liked that one better than Disney Delight, which we watched Disneyland Paris last night. Both were just incredible. Neither of us had seen a drone show before and we were blown away. Spider-Man was pretty insane, but we'll end that video here. That ends our time here in Disneyland Paris.
Sad.
I'm very sad about.
However,
make sure you subscribe because we may have a few more Disney videos coming up in the next month or two, so stay tuned for that. Anyways, we've still got about a week and a half left in Europe, so we'll see you in our next video. Bye!